It's my 2-month anniversary of gardening. Wanted to do a quick video kind of explaining how things are going. Kind of my first big failure and how I'm responding to it, and a couple other thoughts I had. So each morning, usually, not every morning, most mornings I come out, try to water this bad boy. Now that stuff's starting to actually grow, been able to actually start harvesting things in the morning, which has been pretty encouraging. We have way too much basil that we're dealing with. I just, before recording, I got a cucumber and a zucchini. So that's exciting. So as I'm kind of doing stuff this morning, I just wanted to do a quick video and kind of talk through it. Primarily these guys, these Roma tomatoes, it's kind of my first big failure as a gardener. So I originally put too many Roma tomatoes kind of all in the same spot. Definitely did not give them enough space to grow. Definitely did not do a good job of trying to, trim them back, keep them well maintained, and they really got out of control. So a couple days ago, as I was looking through the garden, I noticed, what's a good example here? I was looking at everything and realized that, I have blossom end rot, which sucks. Basically, I'm not an expert gardener. Basically, what has happened is there's been a calcium deficiency where not enough calcium is able to get through the plant to the actual fruit. I don't think it's due to my soil as much as it is just mismanagement of my garden. So it's been really hot. I don't know if you've been alive the last couple of weeks. It's been very hot in the world, specifically here in Knoxville. This morning, it's already 75 degrees and 90% humidity, which is insane. It's like walking through a puddle. So basically, I think I just let this thing it got too dry, and I would water it. I would water it a lot all at one time, and then I wouldn't water it for a few days. And due to that, a lot of my tomatoes have been cooked, just kind of gross looking now, which sucks. Things I should have been more aware of. I should have known better. My first time, so I'm going to kind of throw it to that. We all kind of go through this, but in doing so, I decided I wanted to make a video just kind of talking about that, why people don't fail in public as much as I think is realistic. If you look on Instagram, you look on YouTube, whatever, you see people who are thriving, crushing it every time you see them. Every video, it's great news, wonderful things are happening. And I don't think that's accurate in the world. And I think more realistically, there's a lot of failure that's being covered up behind the scenes. And that's not cool, in my opinion, because I think I would love, I'm older. I'm getting in my 30s now. I would love to see more people who are willing to say, I tried something, it didn't work, I failed at it, and because of that, I wanted to make a short video talking about, why I failed. I think if more people do that, it would normalize trying new things more. People would be more willing to take risks and do cool stuff. And that's just something that I think has been on my heart recently, because as I'm pivoting kind of my social media presence and trying, to garden more, really the point of it is I want to make this into a sustainable thing I can do and kind of hold myself accountable to make content, and also to kind of inspire other people to do the same thing. So that is what I'm working on, and what I would love to see is just more people who are willing to do that publicly. Because I think, imagine with me for a second, if the world was filled with people who were just encouraged about other people just doing stuff. If the world was full of people who were just like, I'm excited that you're excited, what a better place social media would be. I have friends who do all sorts of things, different hobbies that I'm not necessarily interested in. One of my best friends is a Pokemon guy. He loves Pokemon. I don't really care about Pokemon, but he loves it. He's excited about it. He likes playing. He goes to tournaments sometimes. I don't understand how Pokemon games work. I played Pokemon Emerald when I was a child. Really liked it. But I love talking to him about Pokemon because he's excited about it. He understands how it works. It's fun for him. And that's cool, you know? And I think everybody is like that. What if we normalized being able to say, like, you know, what you're doing might not be cool to me, but I recognize it's probably cool to you, and that's cool. That's a social media world I would like to see. So right now, that's basically my current, you know, outlook on life is I want to be able to see people trying new things, doing cool things, taking risks, and being okay and supportive, you know, if it fails. And this garden has been a very humbling experience. I would say normally I'm pretty good at picking stuff up. This has been a challenge because there's so many variables, so many different things could be going on with my flowers and vegetables. A little bee over here. But it'd be cool. You know, I want to be able to set an example to my kids. You know, you can be bold in a world full of people who are very ready to stomp on your face if it doesn't go well. And, you know, you can be invested in things that you think are valuable, even if other people around you don't. And that is what I think this garden has taught me over the last few weeks. And that's kind of exciting for me to be able to kind of process, but also, you know, if you're out here with a hobby, you wish you could make content about it, but you haven't been able to get over that hurdle of what will other people think about me if I do this. I would just say, instead of thinking about the 5 or 6 different ways it could go wrong, think about like the hundreds of ways it could go right. You know, if this garden works, you know, if I do it publicly, if I explain it to people, not only am I producing food for my family, not only am I giving my family something kind of a shared hobby that we can do together, but it also could turn into a lifestyle where I could make money from doing this and make content consistently of just me and my family living life together. And what a cool thing to be able to give to my kids when they're older. You know, when I'm long gone, my grandkids can be like, I can at least watch some videos of my grandfather. You know, there's a lot of just like cool outcomes that could come from doing this on YouTube. And I think too many people get in their own head about, you know, what if I do this and I'm embarrassed and it doesn't work and I invest all this time and nothing happens? Something's gonna happen. And there's probably a decent chance something decent will happen. So, I don't know. Be like a garden and be willing to invest in the long game. You know, these cucumbers have been growing for 2 months now, and they're just finally starting to sprout cucumbers. And they're not upset about how long it took. I'm more upset than they are. And I think that's something that I've learned, you know. Sometimes the good things in life take time. And if we're willing to put in the time and effort, we're setting ourselves up, our future selves up, to be able to reap the harvest of the effort we do today. And with that, I have to get ready for work. But thanks for watching, and I will talk to you guys soon.